Have you ever felt like networking or making new connections feels super forced or kind of awkward, like you're trying to be someone you're not just to fit in? Well, if so, don't worry, you're not alone. In this video, we're diving into the secrets of building real and genuine relationships, relationships that aren't fake, awkward, and kind of transactional. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make those authentic connections, whether it's with a colleague, a new friend, or someone you look up to. Let's go. Now, I structured this video in 3 parts. Part 1 is all about the problem of fake relationships, why that actually is a bigger challenge than you might think. The second part is all about the 3 secrets of building authentic connections with very actionable steps. And the third part is all about the power of vulnerability. Now, if you're looking for something specific, feel free to click on the little bar below to jump through the section that you want to. But if you're still with me, let's start with part number 1. All right, let's kick off part number 1 by calling on the elephant in the room, which is that fake relationships don't last. I mean, we've all been there, just having that sort of shallow small talk, the over-the-top flattery that feels super insincere, or the what can you do for me kind of vibes. I mean, the reality is most people can sense inauthenticity from a mile away, and that creates a barrier instead of building trust. And the problem with that is when you have a relationship that lacks trust or is not built on trust, it doesn't have foundation. And that's why those relationships are very fleeting and they don't last. Now, the antidote to that is actually very simple, which is build authentic and genuine connections. And the beautiful part of this is when you have authentic connections, you don't have to fake anything at all. Real connections come from being yourself and showing genuine interest in others. And once you know how to do it, it's actually quite simple. So let's get started with part number 2. All right, here are the 3 core principles that will help you create connections that are meaningful and long-lasting. Starting with point number 1, which is active listening. All right, now think of the last time that someone really listened to you. And I mean really listened, not just waiting for their turn to speak. I'm guessing it felt quite amazing, right? That right there is the superpower of active listening. Now, the beautiful thing is active listening is quite simple once you know how to do it. And it's actually just 3 very simple steps. Starting with step number 1, which is be present. If someone's trying to connect with you, if you want to listen to someone, it's quite hard to do it when you have your phone in your hand or you're just watching a TV in the background. So turn your TV off, put your phone away, and listen and hone in to the person that's trying to communicate with you. The second step is be aware of verbal cues and use them. Wow, that's interesting. Tell me more. What happened? Oh my God, I can't believe it. That really puts some sort of added, like timber into the fire that makes the fire keep going. It's an added cue that makes the person feel that you're really listening to them, and that will make sure that the conversation flows and they feel a lot more heard. And the third part is mirror their emotions. If they're super excited about something, like be excited with them. If they're sad, if they're, in their head, be with them. Like Simon Sinek says, sit in the mud with them. Whatever they're feeling, try to mirror that. And my pro tip, after you heard what they said to you, say it back. So if I understood you correctly, you said this and this and this, right? If you can get that part right, that person will feel incredibly heard, which is absolutely amazing. All right, step number 2 of building authentic relationships is finding common ground. Now, most people, they naturally gravitate towards someone who share a similar background or share the same experiences or values. And that makes sense, right? Because when you have those similar experiences or backgrounds or those same values that you share, that builds an imaginary bridge between you and the person. And that really facilitates an authentic and genuine relationship. Now, the first thing that you want to do to actually go about finding common ground is asking open-ended questions. Now, instead of asking, what do you do for work? Because that could lead to a very short answer. You want to ask something that's open-ended. So what's something you're passionate outside of work? That will really get the conversation going and possibly also ignite some sort of interest in the other person to share more about themselves. Second, you want to pay attention to clues. Are they wearing a sports jersey, meaning that's their favorite team? Or are they reading a book that you could ask about? Whatever it is, try to train your eye to pick up on these small clues because that can really be a good conversation starter or an icebreaker. And third, share something personal and be willing to be the first one to open up as well. Now, by the way, I'm not saying that you should share your deepest, darkest secrets, but start with something small, something light, and something that's more inviting. For instance, I've been trying to improve my cooking lately. Do you have any tips or any nice recipes that you can share with me? Things like that. And by the way, in general, don't fake any interest. After all, we're all about looking for and finding authentic connections, which is why authenticity is key. If there's a topic that you're curious in, feel free to steer the conversation towards that. If there's something that you're interested in, ask the questions. But if you feel that it's not vibing, don't force it. That's not conducive to building those authentic and genuine relationships that, after all, we're looking for. And the third step to building authentic and genuine relationships is by offering value first. Trying to be the person other people want to know. One of the fastest ways to actually building these connections is by offering value first without expecting anything in return. After all, when you're generous with your time, your support, or your advice, people will remember that. And how to go about doing it is actually a lot simpler than most people think. Just start by offering your help. If you see them struggling with something or facing a challenge, help yourself or offer to connect them with someone who might be able to help them out. Also, it's very good to share your wins, share your knowledge, share your advice that you have. By the way, I read this article on saving and investing and it really helped me out. I saved a lot of money doing this. Hey, here, maybe that's something that could help you out as well. And don't forget to celebrate their wins. That's actually a very good indicator of who is a good friend and who is just there to have a good time with you. Because when you have a hard time, well, that's great. Most people are there to support you, to offer their shoulder. But when you have something that you are celebrating and you feel a genuine sort of happiness from that person and they're truly joyful that you are succeeding, that's amazing. And that's what you should do as well. Celebrate their wins, celebrate their achievements. And just, by the way, don't keep score. If you're feeling that you're just providing value, don't expect anything in return. A real connection, a real beautiful, authentic relationship will give back to you. And honestly, of course, don't be a doormat if you feel that people are just taking and you're just giving. Yes, we have to make an adjustment, but in general, just give without expecting anything in return. And moving on to the third part of the video, which is all about the power of vulnerability. Now, I see a lot of people really underestimating the power of vulnerability and seeing vulnerability as a weakness or something to despise or to, stay away from. And the opposite is true. I personally think that being vulnerable is one of the most important things in actually building a genuine, beautiful, authentic relationship. Because if you share your doubts, your insecurities, your struggles, things that are tough that you're dealing with, that invites other people to do the same. That gives other people the opportunity of showing up for you the same way that you probably would show up for somebody else. So practice your vulnerability muscle. Share a story when the opportunity presents itself. Admit when you don't know something and acknowledge when you made a mistake. All of these things are incredibly conducive to authentic connections. So really make sure to not underestimate or discredit vulnerability when building these authentic relationships. Now, building genuine relationships doesn't have to feel fake or forced. It's all about being yourself, showing genuine interest in others, and creating a sense of mutual value and trust in the other person. And that's what will give it a solid foundation for a beautiful relationship to grow out of it. And by the way, I know it's easier said than done. I know it's super tough sometimes, especially when you're starting out. So hopefully these practical tips I shared earlier are gonna help you. But by the way, if you haven't found these authentic relationships yet, don't get discouraged. I know it's tough, but the light at the end of the tunnel, once you find these beautiful relationships, are gonna be so worthwhile. So please stick with it and don't give up. Now, if, by the way, you're struggling with confidence sometimes and that's something you wanna work on, maybe you wanna check out this playlist right here. But overall, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.